Hey, how's it going, everybody? So we are back with another 4K versus Blu-ray. It's been a little while since I've done one, but we're going to be comparing the 4K, The People Under the Stairs, just came out from Scream Factory not too long ago, against this little Blu-ray right here. Came out in 2014, and we're going to be talking about it, going over video, we're going to go over audio, we're going to talk a little bit about the movie, because if you haven't seen this movie, why not? So Wes Craven directed it and wrote it as well. You know, if you don't know who Wes Craven is, shame on you. Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream, he's done a lot of things. So if you don't know who he is, I don't know, where are you, just under a rock? I mean, either way, I don't want to attack everybody if they don't know who Wes Craven is, because you should. But either way, wrote, directed, came out in 1991. This movie is very dark. In terms of, well, I guess we'll just say picture quality with the Blu-ray, and also just in terms of the movie. It is kind of almost a trigger warning type of movie. I wouldn't recommend it to everybody. You know, there's a lot of over-the-topness in this movie. You know, there's racism, there's cannibalism, there's, you know, just, it's a lot in this movie. Just directed by Wes Craven, and you know, that's kind of what he throws in some of his movies, especially a lot of his older movies that he has. He definitely can go towards there. Either way, it's still a great movie overall. I don't want to discourage anybody from seeing it. Yes, it's a dark movie, and it's kind of, you know, twisted and weird, but there's a lot of comedy to it too. There's a lot of like random comedy that you just wouldn't think is in there, and there's just a random comedy, you know, because it's just things they said and things that were written in the script that just sound weird in 2023. Of course, this movie stars Brandon Adams. You probably don't know him too well, or maybe you do. If you've seen Mighty Ducks, you love Mighty Ducks, you're probably going to know who he is. Sean Whalen's in this, Ving Rhames. So there's a lot of bigger-ish named actors. I know Sean Whalen's more horror than anything, but he's been in some things, so you probably have noticed him or noticed what he looks like. Maybe you don't remember his name. But either way, this movie, again, like I said, is dark, but it's a very enjoyable ride. I would definitely recommend it. If you haven't watched it, definitely pick it up. And who knows, maybe you'll pick up the 4K after this review. But either way, it kind of, I don't want to go into too many details just because I don't want to go, you know, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody if you haven't seen the movie. But basically, this movie, for 90% of the movie, basically, you're in this one house. There's a rich family, rich white family, that wants to kick everybody out of an apartment building, so they're upping the rent, you know, and then the people in the apartment building, a family is, you know, like, okay, let's go steal from them, because of course they have a lot of money, they have a lot of, you know, I guess rare gold coins. Shenanigans ensue. I guess I shouldn't say shenanigans because it's a horror movie, but you know, they get into the house and it's more or less trying to get out of the house because a lot of crazy things happen that you wouldn't expect. And not to mention, the special effects definitely hold up. These look fantastic. They look even better in 4K. But either way, let's get into the 4K picture quality. So of course, this is a 4K scan of the original camera negative. It's just going to give you the best picture quality. So that's really where you want to pull it from, is the actual camera negative. And I will say this picture quality looks fantastic. This movie in general is just, like I said earlier, the picture quality is just dark. I mean, it is what it is. So when they're in the house, which like I said, 90% of this movie is basically running through this house. It's really dark. It's dingy. It's kind of grimy. A lot of, basically like every room besides like one or two in this house is just kind of disgusting and you would never want to be there. But what's nice is the blacks in this movie. It's just extremely dark, very black. I mean, they're really inky, and that really kind of pulls out a lot of stuff that you really just wouldn't have seen in this little dingy Blu-ray from 2014. It just looks fantastic. There's a lot of, you know, detail that gets pulled to the forefront that you can definitely see a lot better. Again, I don't think I mentioned this, but I'll have, like I do everyone, I'll have, you know, pictures going here and here of the 4K and the Blu-ray to kind of give you an idea of, you know, what the picture quality looks like. Of course, skin tones are kind of lessened a little bit. You get with Blu-rays a lot of the times the skin tones are a lot darker, a little orangey-ish tint kind of on their skin. This really dials that back and makes the skin tone look more actual flesh-like. It's not like that really creepy orange that you get in a lot of older Blu-rays. So far the dark is fantastic. The skin tones look a lot better, especially to the certain times you do get outside of, you know, the house and you see like the greenery. It really does pull a lot of those colors out so they look more vibrant when you see them. Again, you don't see them a lot because, like I said, this movie is very dark and it's very, like, you know, running through halls and in between walls and of course under stairs. But overall, this is a fantastic upgrade. The picture quality looks fantastic. I really can't, I mean, if you're gonna upgrade and you don't own this movie at all, you should pick this up if you want the best picture quality that you're gonna ever get, really. You know, if you don't care about picture quality, still pick it up. I mean, either way. I have no words. This looks absolutely fantastic. You'll see in the photos, again, the photos of my 4K TV, through my 4K player, you know, through my 4K camera lens. So it's not exactly what you will see, but it's pretty close and at least gives you kind of an idea of what you're going to get into. This Blu-ray, I mean, just 1080p. It's not really anything different from this Blu-ray. They pulled the camera negative and did a new scan for the Blu-ray as well, but they're both 1080p. There's not really a big difference between those two. What you're really going to want to upgrade to is you're going to buy this for the 4K, obviously. Now, let's talk about the audio. Alright, so we're going to be talking about audio. DTS HD, Master Audio 2.0 in stereo. And this is the exact same thing, but it's going to have a 5.1, and it includes stereo as well. So, of course, an upgrade from a 2014 version, you know, about 10 years later, 9 years later, there is an upgrade between these two, but unfortunately there's not an upgrade from the Blu-ray in this package to the 4K itself. And again, I don't have the craziest setup. I have my soundbar, I have my subwoofer, you know, that's it, but I really do think that the 5.1 on here definitely does it justice. I know a lot of people want, you know, all the bells and whistles, Dolby Atmos when you do any 4K upgrade, but I don't really think it needs it. And to be fair, this is a smaller movie. It's not like you're getting, you know, Marvel or Avengers or anything like that where there's going to be huge crazy explosions. There's a lot of action, but I think the 5.1 really handles it, and you don't really need a bigger upgrade from that. And last but not least, the special features. I unfortunately do not have the Blu-ray that Scream Factory put out before they put out the 4K. I did look it up, and I don't believe there's anything different from the 4K and the Blu-ray package. I don't think there's any extra special features that you're getting with the 4K. You know, you're still getting the commentary from Wes Craven, from a lot of the different actors. You're still getting the behind the scenes stuff like that. So it's still packed with a good amount of special features overall, but you're not really getting anything crazy upgraded from that Blu-ray to the 4K. And with that being said, I would highly recommend upgrading this from Blu-ray to 4K. If you don't own the movie at all, definitely pick up the 4K. You know, this little thing, if you're going to upgrade from Universal, you know, you're going to get picture quality upgrade, you're going to get audio upgrade, you're going to get all these special features that, who knows, maybe you can see it right there if it's going to focus. Yeah, it looks like it's focusing. You know, you're going to get a lot more special features because this is kind of bare bones, just the movie, and that's really it. And even if you have the Blu-ray Scream Factory, you're still going to get an upgrade in video quality. So it's a win-win regardless. Either way, what did you guys think? You know, let me know down in the comment section below. Did you pick up the 4K? Do you have the Blu-ray? Do you want to upgrade? Have you ever even heard of this movie? Because a lot of people, I think it seems like this is an underrated horror movie that just kind of flies under the weather and nobody's really even heard of it. And you should, because it's a pretty solid movie. I loved it when I was a kid. It scared the hell out of me. Special effects, again, hold up. It looks great. Either way, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, do all that fun stuff, and we'll be back with another 4K versus Blu-ray pretty soon.